I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, hello, welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast for Thursday. Better watch out. I think this bitch going to be pretty educational here today.
Very exciting.
Always love to teach. We got such a smart audience. This is part of what's going on here today.
Learn me something.
That balances out your dumb panel. I'm kidding. I think you guys are very smart.
I know I'm not. I'm cool with it.
It's going to start here with a little lesson about hurricanes and fish. Not weights and fish. That's something that's completely different.
We got weights and fish.
There we go. Yeah, it's hurricanes and fish. There, okay, all right, calm down.
Oh, good. I wanted to know this. We asked this the other day. Do the fish know there's a hurricane on top of them?
I am very anxious to hear this.
Mm-hmm. What they said here was, I just listened to the podcast yesterday where you discussed how hurricanes affect fish. And just by chance this morning, this article popped up on my Facebook feed. And it said that larger marine animals, such as sharks, seem to be barely affected. They can detect tiny changes in pressure as larger waves at the surface approach. But they also will just then swim deeper or leave the area. But hurricanes have been known to result in large amounts of dead fish, crabs, sea turtles, oysters, etc., due to reduced amounts of dissolved oxygen in the water, rapid salinity changes, and violent surf.
Damn, they do fuck them up.
Huh.
Certain wildlife is, yes.
You gotta maybe let them know ahead of time that the hurricane is coming so they can swim deep.
Oh, is that what they need to do?
Yeah.
They need like a Steve Weagle, but turtle style.
Steve Turtle.
Steve Turtle.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they can put up some signs underwater.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. Are you high? Everyone thinks I'm high. What the fuck?
I know, right?
What are you smoking? Can I have some? Talking about turtles putting signs underwater? What the fuck are you talking about?
Warn the fish. Hurricanes is coming.
This is your team, coach.
Mm-hmm. Got a lot of emails about dolls. One came from Holly. She said, when I was living in Lauderdale, I went to put some stuff in my storage unit, my condo building, and I walked into the storage area just to see this thing staring back at me.
Oh, my gosh.
Somebody had placed it on a step stool against the wall. It scared the crap out of me when I walked in. It's a naked doll wearing red shoes.
Good Lord.
And disheveled hair. It just looks like it's been victimized.
That's that kind of hair where someone takes scissors and just starts fucking cutting pieces of hair and then they walk out the room and leave it.
Been in the hands of a madman or girl or whoever.
Why did they give that baby doll a gut? That's a weird fucking doll, man.
It is, yeah. Odd body shape, right?
It almost looks like they forgot to put that one out. Like, we need one more doll. And they took the spare parts and go, here's our doll.
It's kind of like a middle-aged guy's gut.
That's what my body looks like. If I took off my shirt, I've got those kind of titties and that kind of gut. And that kind of dick, too.
He's hung like a baby.
It's non-existent. It's unbelievable.
No, babies do have a belly that sticks out like that. That's a baby thing.
A gut like that?
That baby has a fupa.
I'm just saying, I look at baby Lachlan a lot. He does not have a beer gut.
He's not there yet.
Arlo said, here is a picture of an orphaned doll I received for Christmas back in the 1960s.
You're holding on to a doll that you were given in the 60s?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it says my mother liked to buy into strange and different things, and it kind of freaked me out.
Oh, my gosh.
What the
Look at that
hell?
doll.
That thing looks so sad and broken and evil.
Wow. It looks like, was it Tim Burton that does those movies? It looks like something out of a Tim Burton movie.
That is a fucked up doll right there.
That
doll scares me more than a Vlad.
Well, because there's pain. It's sadness. It's like the world has done me wrong. There's a big tear across the front of her dress, leaving her bare skin exposed like she's been violated.
That is a great doll. I would buy that doll. That is a creepy doll that I would like.
Yikes.
Look how
Arlo, what you
creepy
got?
that
You
is.
just can't wait to part with another $75, can you?
He's in the market.
That bit's already paid for itself. I mean, Vlad has been trending all week.
Vlad is trending.
Pay for itself.
And Jill says, I think I've got Vlad's long-lost brother. We call it Satan Claus. It's kind of like a baby that somebody's put a beard on. It looks like a baby's face with crazy radiant blue eyes. It's in a Santa suit.
Whoa, that's creepy.
It doesn't look like a Santa face. It looks like a baby doll's face, like a baby's face in a Santa get-up.
He knows when you are sleeping, so he can suffocate you with a pillow. Because that Santa is evil.
There's Satan Claus.
Oh, my God. But I love it, though. I love that weird, odd, creepy shit.
Quite a collection we're putting together.
All
here.
right, how much for Satan Claus? This guy will pay $75.
I will know. I only did that because I felt like the KVJ Nation would have been mad at me if I didn't buy the doll.
They did want to see how it was going to play out.
But then they're like, you paid $75 for that? You fucking dumb fuck. I'm like, I don't know, guys.
They told you to do it, and they called you a dumb fuck for doing it.
I'm a little confused.
Is Vlad the most you've paid for one of your dolls?
No.
Oh, you've paid more.
For dolls, no. Yes, you're right. Vlad is the most I paid for a doll. I don't really collect the dolls. I'm more of a figure and a statue kind of a guy.
Okay. And you've paid more for those, clearly.
Well,
I mean, you're 9.5 foot tall werewolf. How much does that retail for?
That was so at the time, because I kind of was early with that. I believe it was $400. And
Okay.
again, that was for me. That was worth it. You know how many posts and videos I've done with that thing?
We have one of the best KVJ photos with that thing.
I have people from Uber Eats coming back there taking pictures with it. It's fun. It's part of the community. I wouldn't change it. To me, that's a good buy.
You know, technically, all that stuff's a tax write-off.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You write that off on your taxes, I hope.
Absolutely.
Yeah. If it becomes material for the show.
And
then
isn't
yeah.
it all material?
Everything
Virginia?
is material.
Yeah.
I'm writing off my dinner last night because I got an oyster.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because the
Yeah.
oyster, I needed it for, what did I lick?
Okay.
Guys, that thing smelled terrible. Was that a bad oyster?
It wasn't bad, but it did sit in my purse for a minute.
What is it? What is a tequesta minute? Is that 3 days?
No, I got it last night. I went to Buck a Shuck.
Okay. All right.
You know about this bucket shuck, Kev?
I think that's the name of the party kind of thing, right? Is
Yeah.
That what it was?
Oh,
It's
okay.
over at Lucky Shuck in Love Street. They do on Wednesdays dollar oysters and dollar wings.
You love two foods that I just cannot wrap my head around how anyone would like them. Crawfish, which is just fucking terrible. And oysters.
Yeah.
I mean, just...
I see what you're saying about the oyster. It does look repulsive, but I will fight you in the street about the crawfish. That's some good eating.
And you're not lying to her when you say you like the crawfish, Kev. You really do like it.
I do, yeah. It's a lot of work, so I don't eat it that often. But it's a fun little novelty food for me.
He wants you to hate the crawfish so
So
bad.
I know he does.
He wants to be on
I know he
team.
does.
We all hate crawfish.
I know. It's hard to get them. It's hard to get them on my side with this one.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law is coming back making that crawfish etouffee you loved, Kev.
Oh, that was so good.
Wasn't that great?
I don't know if I'd ever really had etouffee before.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I don't know if I could have any other now. I'm already spoiled.
Would you say that was a 5 out of 5 meal? Because I've heard you talk about it a few times.
Yeah, it was. It was 100. It was that amazing.
He makes it good.
If it weren't for diet,
Yeah.
I would eat that probably 10 times a week, and I wouldn't get sick of it.
There's certain meals that you have that even weeks or months, years later, you go, man, I wish I had that right now. It tasted so good. That's how I felt about that grilled cheese. I took one bite of it at the movie theater and nodded off, and the waitress took it away. But it was the best bite. It was so good.
Got a question here from Ashley. She said, I'm curious. Radio is notorious for not being very lucrative, and it hasn't been for years. Why did you all choose this career and stay as long as you all do? It seems the schedule is rough outside the studio time. Just curious, and would you recommend it for the younger generations? If not, what would you suggest? If so, any specific roles? Yeah, I mean, radio has definitely changed over the years. And when I got into it, it was kind of more of a hobby back in college. And then I just asked at the radio station where I kind of, started off with, didn't think it was going to be anything I was going to do for a career. I said, can you actually make money in this? They said, yeah, if you do all right in mornings, you can make decent money. And you can. I mean, there's people that have made a ton of money. And, where we are, we do okay. I'm happy with the living wage that I make doing what we do. And it's a lot of fun. And yeah, the hours are challenging, but, to be able to every day have a new demand of creativity and have fun with your friends. And, we got really lucky too in how we fell into all this. So I do love what we do. And I feel like we're compensated well for it.
No, Kevin's right. Because there are some horror stories in radio, but we are lucky with what we've been able to build as a team.
And mornings is the most lucrative day part.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm all about it. So I would not change. Now, talking to a younger generation, I've got a daughter that's kind of dabbling in it, where she's doing a podcast and she's got her own little TikTok and all that kind of stuff. And again, it's just really a hobby for her and just kind of to mess around. To me, it's more multimedia. So I've got a son, Cannon, that I think would be great going into media, but it would be more sports stuff. He loves sports. He's all into that. If he learned to edit stuff up, and he loves numbers on top of it, man, when you break down sports gambling is becoming a big thing, doing stats, breaking down things like that. He loves all that kind of stuff.
I wonder where he got that from.
Well, I know where he got the love of sports. I mean, he was just immersed in it from birth. That was it. He's been nothing but sports.
As corny as this will sound, I really do believe if you have passion with something and you really love what you're going for, you will find a way to make a living. You may not be a millionaire, but you'll find a way to make a living and be happy. If it may not be the easiest road, and there may be some obstacles, but if you really love something and that's what you focus on, I think you can win.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we'll see what he winds up doing, but I could see, when he graduates high school, plugging him in with our friend Josh Cohen over there at ESPN Radio. And in fact, his one of his quarterback coaches actually works over there right now, so we're kind of tied in. And yeah, having him do that. But to me, I think that you have to diversify now. I wouldn't say put everything into just being on radio. To me, it would be work on doing a sports gambling thing, having a podcast, making videos, doing the radio thing.
You're right. No, Kevin's 100% right.
It'd be all of those things that now would add up to, I think, would be a decent wage. And, hey, if you think that you need to make several $100,000 or $1 million, things like that, I would say, this is probably not the field for you, because it's going to be extremely rare that you're going to achieve that. But if you can just have enough money, for me, look, I got a simple little house, and I buy discount clothes, and
but you ain't got no simple discounted hair. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Cadillac hair.
Yeah, Hair Club baby has hooked me up with that, and so it's been nice. So yeah, with all those kind of things, I'm happy. I couldn't be more content. I'm not one of those people that needs a massive. And honestly, if I had a ton of money, either my wife and daughter would spend it, or I'd give it away. So
your wife and daughter would spend it.
They would.
They would.
But if I didn't have them and I had a ton of money, I probably would not live any different than what I do, and I would probably just be giving all of it away. I've got a standard of living, and I'm good with it. I wouldn't even want a private jet. I wouldn't want a boat. Screw all that, man. I'm from simple people, and I don't like a lot of money.
And
I'll give it to Virginia. If I didn't have my kid, I'd give it to Virginia. Virginia, have fun with it.
I'll take it, and I'll throw some ragers.
Yeah, you invite me every now and then. With
every time.
My money.
You're invited.
But we are lucky.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. So, yeah. So, my own kids, I'm recommending, that, hey, yeah, they do it, and kind of laying out what you have to do to be successful. All it is you just have to figure out how to get an audience. We got KVJ Nation, and if you build an audience, a loyal audience, then you can make money off of it. And that's all it is today. That's all it is. And you got to connect to them on every platform that you possibly can. And that's all it is today. Radio's no different than any other multimedia stuff. I mean, you look at how many celebrities now are doing podcasts.
You're right.
It's basically radio.
They have the name recognition, therefore that equals audience, and then that equals money.
Yep.
They have an audience.
So
That's
these,
the game.
so these motherfuckers want to say, "What's your salary?" We ain't getting into any of that.
Nah.
We're not dropping numbers.
That just ruined all the fun, wouldn't it? It just ruined all the fun. Stephanie had said there was some secret between Virginia and Jaybird last week that they couldn't discuss on the air
We
until
discussed
this
it.
week. Did I miss the big reveal? If so, would you give it to me again?
That's weird that this email, I'm sorry, did they say their name? I hate calling people emailers. But me and Virginia just were talking about that during commercial break.
Just talking about it.
And I feel so bad for cock teasing and blue balling the audience. Mm-hmm. We can't tell. We're not there yet.
We're not
it's
there
not the
yet.
right time.
Okay.
We don't want to get in trouble, and I know you guys wouldn't want us to get in trouble. If we talk about it now, we could get in trouble.
I promise y'all, we will definitely tell this story, but I'm just being honest, we can't tell it yet.
The tide has to change a little bit on a few things behind the scenes.
It's not lining up with our guts.
No.
Okay.
But trust us, we will tell you, and you'll be underwhelmed.
Yeah, I think you will be underwhelmed because we've made it out to be
No,
this
he's made
thing.
it out to be some big thing.
It's really not even that big of a fucking
Yeah.
deal. Now we've ruined everything. We're not giving them the payoff, and we're going to make them mad because when we give them the payoff, it's going to suck.
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't want to tell you either.
We will eventually say what it was, though.
Okay, so they just wanted to make sure that they hadn't missed
You
it.
have
so
not missed
Yeah.
it. No.
Believe me, I have been thinking about being honest about it, but it ain't the right time.
And a shout out to Ashley. She said, life has been very hard for us. So last night I had sat and watched some old YouTube videos to get my mind off things. And I've watched every morning show and ATS podcast for over a year. And the old stuff was very entertaining too. I watched a stunt where you guys were trying to do a handstand and push-up from CrossFit. We used to go to CrossFit and drink Bloody Marys, right? That'd make me feel better about my life right now. This was Meathead Kev and Awkward Jaybird with a Savor flavor beard. And Denny's with a mustache. Anyway, Kev went first and bled all over his bald spot. And Jaber went next and kicked Denny's. I needed this laugh so badly. Where have y'all been my whole life?
I remember that. You
Yeah.
bled. Your eyes rolled back in your.
Oh, yeah, because I had a ball cap on, and the little button on the top of the ball cap went into my bald spot. Yeah, you bleed a lot from the top of your head. I was bleeding all over the place.
You can't. You can barely cut your head, and it looks like murder times 10 has happened.
Yes, it was so gruesome.
And then there's nothing worse than a scalp scab.
Oh, you're right.
Afterwards. It's like this weird bump scab on your
Yeah.
head. Oh,
I know.
it's the
It's
worst.
crazy.
Gosh, I've had so many cuts on my head just from doing dumb shit.
So there you go. That is Ashley, the mom with Bayou, the tiny dinosaur. Well, best to you, Ashley, and hope that you can find some joy and laughs
Yes.
in this time of struggle.
The one bit I know we did a long time ago. I'd love to bring it back just to see if me and Virginia could do better than what we did. The beer mile. I want to do that so bad again.
I was training at that
Right.
time. I was training for a marathon. So I was in the best shape. There's no freaking way I would be able to do it now.
That just shows you how dumb I am because I feel like we're seasoned now and that we
No.
would be better now.
I know for a fact I was in the best shape of my adult life when we did the beer mile. I remember because I was like, I'm going to clean his clock. I'm going to do this. I've been running. I was so cocky going into that, and I projectile vomited beer like I was a fountain fish.
I wonder how many people have done that and completed it without throwing up because it was
been a
hard.
ton.
People do
There's-
it.
I mean, there's been a ton. I mean, not long ago, we were talking about that guy. Remember, he did it just with one shoe.
Yeah.
And I guess he had lost his shoe or something like that. I remember, and it was like nothing to him. Running was effortless. Drinking the beer, chugging it down was effortless. It was amazing to watch. It was like 5 minutes, something like that. Is that what I think he did it in?
You were training though, so you were in shape. I guess you just can't run with beer. Is that what
I
it
was
is?
running and training for a half marathon. So a lot of people can't do it.
Yeah.
A lot of people that are runners try it and end up throwing up. Maybe you just have to have like the perfect combination of running ability and stomach size.
So it's not about being out of shape. It's about running with the beer in your belly, and it does something. Because if you're in shape and you're throwing up, it's not because you're out of shape you're throwing up.
But if you're out of shape, you're not going to run as well. Like, I was running pretty fast.
That's what I mean.
I was running like a 7-8 minute mile. Like, I was booking it. I was trying.
We know. We used to call you Running Rhonda. It didn't work.
Just didn't flow right out.
Can you rewind that back?
Little verbal speed bump in there.
You take a chance, and sometimes it just blows up in your face.
Running Rhonda sounds like I took a shit in my pants while I was jogging.
Running Rhonda.
Oh, Running Rhonda. Get her a porta potty.
Did you say you almost pooped your pants running, or you did poop your
I
pants?
sharted when I did the Palm Beach Marathon.
Yeah, people do a lot. Yeah, Kim, my wife, was a runner, and she'd talk about that all the time. Yeah, people were always crapping their pants.
You couldn't help it. If you push your body that hard,
Fucked, man.
it's just
Another reason why I don't find running awesome.
Right? I mean, you're talking about sharding. What's
Anything
this
where I'm
for?
shitting my pants in public is not my thing.
I did it for leukemia, lymphoma. I did it for Light the Night, or whatever the thing was, whatever the fundraiser. I wanted to see if I could do a half marathon, and I did it, and I'll never have to do it again.
It would just be cool to do charity and raise money without shitting your pants. You know what I mean? I feel like we could have it both ways.
I shit my pants for you guys.
You're right.
This is for kids with cancer.
And if you shit your pants as a runner, does that make you more cooler in the running community? Going, oh man, Kevin
It's like
ran
you're in
so
a
hard."
club.
Yeah. Is that
Yeah.
respect?
The one thing that I think it was puking. If you vomit, I remember when our daughter Caitlin, she was young and she ran the Palm Beach Marathon. It was only the 5K, and as soon as she crossed the finish, like, bleh, and I remember her grandfather was so proud of her because he was the one that trained mom to run. It was like, yeah, it was just like that was a rite of passage that he was like, that's great. She's running and puking. And here I am. I'm like, okay, so you're doing something that's causing you to vomit and shit your pants.
Your body's
and it's
telling
miserable.
you. No,
Like,
no.
what are we doing? It's madness to me.
Your body
I
hates
don't get it.
Can,
Like,
can I cut you a check?
none of this rationalizes to me.
I'm with you, Kev.
Just does not check out. A couple emails. C from Stuart. Commenting, somebody had sent an email today where his wife's family wants to go to Ireland next year. It's going to be a 9-day trip, $8,000, and they're going to be in pubs every night. And he's not a massive drinker like they are, and he really doesn't want to go. But we were like, hey, look, find a cheaper way to get over there. You can cut some of the costs on that. Suck it up, go. And while they're on their 8th beer, you can dismiss yourself and go check out other things. There's a lot of cool stuff you can see in Ireland. That was, at least my thoughts on it. And C said, I got to go to the Keys this weekend with our family of 5 and my wife's mother and her brother's family, 2 dogs and all, instead of going to the FSU game in Orlando with my college friends I never get to see anymore.
Oh.
It's just the way it is. Sacrifice and compromise. But you best believe I'll be waking the house up to the war chant on blast at 7 a.m. on Sunday. And I forgot to mention, too, they're all Gator fans.
You know what? That cat sounds like he's got the right perspective.
Yeah.
He knows he's got to do it for the family, and if he's going to do it, he's going to make it fun. If you got to
agree.
do it, might as well make it fun.
Yeah, look, I mean, hopefully you've decided to marry somebody that you really want to invest in, and seeing them happy means a lot to you over your own selfish enjoyment to go to a football game here and there. And, so making sure that you have a great marriage is more important than going out and hanging out with college buddies. Florida State game.
We all know that's going to be way more fun.
Yeah, and if you're a person that's like, I just couldn't do that, then, we always encourage. I think that a lot of people should not get married. Don't do it.
I think you're right. Even the people that I know that are married, some of them are.
A lot of them probably did it because of the standards and norms.
You're right. I think there was pressure with a lot of them. I think sometimes people think they can't do better in situations, and they stay in a terrible situation because they don't think they're worthy of another better opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a couple people that they don't even like each other. I don't even think they liked each other before they got
And
married.
that's too bad.
Yeah, and I think they just didn't think they could do any better.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, I hear you. I compromise and sacrifice like a motherfucker in my relationship, and I'm so happy I would do it over again. I love being with my wife and love being with my family and all that kind of stuff. It's the best thing on earth. So for me, yeah, with all the sacrifices you make, trust me, I'd love to be at that Florida State game this weekend as well.
Look at that.
That'd be a hell of a lot of fun.
Who ordered the Sweetheart Kev?
Look out, man.
I will be at the Florida State game.
Yeah,
Fuck
I know
yeah,
you
you
will.
I
are.
don't compromise dick.
I looked at the prices. I thought about it. I could have gone. The queen was like, if you want to do it, and you're right. I looked at the prices. And again, for her, I looked at kind of where you.
We got bad seats,
Yeah,
though, and I know
she-
the queen don't
she
like
don't-
bad
she
seats.
don't roll with that, and
I'm
like-
fine with bad seats.
Yeah.
When the expensive seats are 500, 600, 700, I'm just not going to pay that. So
Right.
I've got to be up in the nosebleeds. But for me, it's about the tailgate. I got a parking pass. The lot opens at 2:30. I'm gonna bring my gumbo. I'm gonna have all kind of music.
You
and
guys send me so
food.
many photos. I'm so jealous. Like, you just keep describing, like, gosh, that's going to be so awesome.
gonna-
I'm so happy for
I'm
you.
gonna tailgate your dick off.
But
Yeah.
the difference between Virginia and even your average person, you have a traveler spirit.
I
and
do.
You're like my boy Bigfoot. It's in your DNA. You do it the right way. You have excitement about it. There's
Yeah.
a gusto to the way you maneuver. Not everyone's like that.
And you got to do this game because you went to LSU. Your daughter's going to Florida State. So it's not, to me, it's just a good football game.
It is.
To you, it's ingrained in who your family is right now.
It's everything
It's-
we
yeah.
are right now.
Right. So you have to do this game.
If I don't go to any other game this year, this is the one I have to go to.
But are they-
and my sister's flying into Orlando.
Sister.
She is bringing her husband.
Yeah.
Husband. Oh.
It sounds weirder if you sexualize her husband.
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 Oh, yeah.
And I think my Panda's boss, my friend from New Orleans, Jim, I think he's going too. So we got a nice crew of New Orleans and Baton Rouge people.
That's the one thing. I don't know if it happens to y'all, but anytime I travel, and I'm talking with you're going on a plane or you're going to kind of a great distance, it almost a spiritual thing happens. It makes my mind think about things that I may not have thought about if I was at home. It just kind of opens you up to
New possibilities.
but a spiritual side of things. I think you
Yeah.
kind of start doing a little checklist in your life. Am I crazy?
It's nice to get out of the routine.
Yeah, I think it forces you to kind of, I don't know, bring out spirit. I sound high again.
Michelle C. said, hey, not sure if anybody's written in, Kev, but a good watch on Netflix is Untold Swamp Kings about the Florida Gators. Tim Tebow's start back around their run with Urban Meyer winning the 2 national championships. They even showed the Ohio State game, 41-14. Even some LSU action in there. Apparently, the student body got a hold of Tim Tebow's cell phone number, and he got thousands of calls
That's
and
amazing.
texts the week of the game. And they're saying
amazing.
bad things about his sister and his mom.
Oh.
They're talking about raping and killing them.
Oh,
And
damn.
he admits it was personal. And they showed game recaps, and you could see on his face how pissed he was, and he was just pounding LSU because of it. It's a good watch if you like football.
Wow.
Man, that's just a good story. I
Yeah.
would go back just to see. I'm
Yeah.
sure someone's condensed that and made a little thing about it. They do that with everything now.
Yeah, probably. And, look, I addressed it quickly on the show this week, and I watched the first episode last week, and it's good. It's getting a lot of criticism for being a fluff piece because there was so much scandal, and, man, there were some real seedy characters on that team, and they did not go into the real great dirt. So there was a lot left untold.
Oh, the dirt's always the best stuff. That's why I watched that Eagles documentary.
Denny's, can you
Yeah.
pull that clip of him saying the dirt's always the best stuff?
Damn.
Yeah, he loved it. The dirt's always the best stuff.
The dirt's always the best stuff.
I've been very engaged into the dirt. I don't know if you noticed that or not.
I have.
Check the tapes. I'm very engaged.
Yeah.
You like the Eagles documentary?
I forgot what the fuck I was saying. You interrupted me.
They're all good. That Hard Knocks is great too.
It is. I do like that show.
That they're doing it on the Jets, and you got Aaron Rodgers, a hotshot quarterback, and the latest clip on that. He was in a game, and he's just zipping the ball over the place, scoring touchdowns, and this guy's coming up and kind of hitting him a little bit after the whistle, and just kind of being a little bit of a fuckhead. And Aaron Rodgers kind of starts jawing at him, and the guy comes up and says something to him. He's like going, I don't even know who you are. He's like, you're inconsequential in this league. And the guy said to him, like, I don't know who you are. He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, right.
You don't know who Aaron Rodgers is?
Yeah.
Girl, sit down.
He's like, that is the best burn on the field when guys come up to me and say anything. He's like, I don't even know who you are.
Damn.
That's awesome.
He's like, you do not have a name in this industry.
That's great. That's a great cut, Matt.
It really kind of works in about any field, though. If somebody wants to say, I don't even know who you are.
I'm Jaybird. I never heard of you. Get out of here, dick face.
Valerie with a shout out too. She just wanted to say, hey, Seminole Ridge has a football game tonight. Yes, there's some high school action tonight. So my son's school has a big game tonight.
Please let me know when you find out Cannon's first JV game, or at least a schedule. I'd like to try to make it at least to one or two of those games.
No doubt. Absolutely. Yeah, it's a new world for us. And apparently they only have about 6 games, and I don't even know when they're coming up with the schedule. So, yeah, they have a game tonight, but I don't even think he's on the field. So
JV has a game.
No, his high school team,
right.
yeah, his high school team has a game against a very tough opponent. So we'll see. I'll let you know how it goes tomorrow. Let me see. Got an email here. A couple people talking about some of the fun names that we had going on.
The baby names.
Yeah, weird names. Kathy and Stewart said, my last name is Bush. My parents are going to name me Rose, and I have a brother, and they were going to name him Barry. Thank goodness they didn't. That's good. Ashley said, I went to school with a Merry Christmas, Mary. Okay, and I work with twin girls named Michelle and Michelle. One had 2 L's, the other one had only one because her mom loved the name so much.
What?
She couldn't bring herself to find another name, so she just spelled it different.
So weird.
I grew up with a guy in Lake Park. He was older than me, Brian O'Brien. I thought that was kind of a cool name.
Brian O'Brien?
Brian O'Brien. That's kind of neat, right?
It rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
That guy needs to open a sports bar.
We know a Kelly.
That's a cool name, I think. Pennington. Nah. I don't like Jason.
Sounds like a law firm.
Virginia. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, it doesn't really work with anything else, but for some reason Kelly does.
Kevin. No, it doesn't work with Kevin.
No. Cody said, I started watching the Bar Mitzvah movie with Adam Sandler. Just to let you know, it's for tweens. I couldn't make it past 10 minutes. Rotten Tomatoes is trash.
Oh.
Every review I've ever tested from them is wrong because they got it at the tomato meters at 96%. Fans was like just over 60%. Like I was saying, that was the comment we had on the regular show the other day. It's weird with Adam Sandler. The fans used to love his movies and the critics hated it. And you look at his last 3 or so movies, for the most part, there's a few in there that are not, but his tomato meter scores now are way higher than his fan scores.
I mean, the way I look at it is I don't ever trust the critics anymore. So the only Rotten Tomatoes score I do look at is the fan one because they have the 2 numbers on there. Mm-hmm. And one's for the audience and one's for the dick face critics.
Yeah.
Critics. But yeah, I love Adam Sandler. Even when Adam Sandler does shitty work, I just love Adam Sandler. I love his overall body.
You need to watch that movie and let us know if it's good.
I don't think I'm going to like it, but I will watch it.
His movies are weird. And, somebody in the chat room just said, I never, as Angie in Hollywood, she said, I never go into a Sandler movie with high expectations. And I think in a way I do, but there are ones that I'm pleasantly surprised with. And that's almost kind of the way it is. Like Adam Sandler, I don't know if there's ever been anybody that's more hit or miss with me than Adam Sandler. Like The Waterboy, I think, is a great movie. I love that. Happy Gilmore, I think, is a great movie.
Waterboy's one of my least favorite, and I'm kind of like y'all when he does too much of I like when he plays normal or regular.
Yeah, I can see why you'd say it. I think it's probably the football angle that I like it,
and that part is good. But Happy Gilmore, he pretty much just plays himself. And it's my favorite movie. It's such a funny movie.
Right.
And it's goofy.
Yeah. Hustle was one I didn't expect. I went into that. I'm like, well, that's going to suck. It's a basketball movie. And
Kev, I wanted to like it so bad.
I liked it. And I watched it with my son. He liked it. Again, it's a sports thing. So I think that's it. If you're not a big sports fan, I don't know that you love it. But you look at that. Tomato meters got it at 93%. Fan score is 93. That might be his his highest performing movie.
For which one? My
That's
earphones came out.
Hustle.
Hustle.
Yeah.
I think that is his highest scoring.
That's the critics, though, right?
Both. He's 93 on critics and fan.
Wow, people loved Hustle.
They
The
did.
one? What was the one you watched with him and you hated it, Virginia? You turned
Uncut Gems.
that
That
was-
does well with the tomato meter. That scores. That's a 91 on tomato meter and a 52 with fans.
I didn't like
That's one of the
it.
ones I was talking about where it's crazy how it's just flipped on him now.
I think I'm getting Uncut Gems and the basketball one mixed up.
Hustle is different from Uncut Gems.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Virginia. I appreciate the backup on that.
Well, I'm trying to help you. Okay, next time, go fuck yourself. I'm not going to help you, dumbass.
That Punch Drunk Love is probably his second biggest movie to Hustle. It's 79 on the tomato meter and 77 on the audience score.
I love that movie. It's probably my second favorite Adam Sandler movie. And he plays, it's not a comedy. He plays a guy that's got anger issues. And I think you both would like that movie. Kevin may not. I think Virginia would like it more than Kevin. You might watch it and go, so what the fuck is this thing about?
Okay.
But he does a really good job as playing just a guy trying to kind of coming unhinged and trying to keep it together the best he can, and he really can't.
The Happy Gilmore that you love has an 85 fan score, 62 critics. That's kind of more what it used to be. The fans loved his movies. The critics didn't. Like Billy Madison, 79 fan score, 40 critic score.
Billy Madison, and that's even more.
Right. That's why I've never seen it.
I
like
don't think you would love Billy Madison, Kevin.
Big Daddy, 74% on the audience score, 39 on the critics.
I like Big Daddy.
Until the fucking end in the courtroom. Oh, it drives me up the wall. It would never be. I get it. It's a movie, Bird, but still, keep it somewhat realistic. The ending where he defends himself and then his dad's the judge. It was just shit. Or the dad's the lawyer. It turns into goofy court. None of it would ever be allowed. It wouldn't even be. It couldn't even hold up in court, Kevin.
Okay.
Kind of fucking hate Big Daddy now.
You just flipped.
I love the movie until the courtroom part. Chat room, have my back on that one.
And people also mentioning 50 First Dates, which to me, that's a solid, I love that movie as well.
That's got some holes in it too, Kev.
It does. Yeah, no doubt it does. The critics hated it.
I did like that movie, though.
That's 45% tomato meter, 65% audience score.
Did you like that one?
I don't know if I saw that one.
Gosh, fuck. Tough to
Sorry.
movie convos.
Sorry.
I can't believe you've never seen that.
I like Big Daddy.
You got
Okay.
one, Bird.
You did good. You did good.
That's about all you're going to get.
I feel bad.
I don't remember the court scene at the end that you're so pissed about, though. I
I
had no
know.
recollection of that in Big Daddy.
I know. And then someone will go, Bird, that's the best part. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on out there, Virginia?
Rhonda sent an email, and I keep seeing this story. I think it's the Palm Beach Post that has put it out there several times. And I'm a huge dog lover. I know Bird is as well, and wanted to get this out here because Rhonda had said, if you're not aware, pretty much all the local shelters here in Palm Beach County and even across the country are now being inundated with people dropping off their dogs for all sorts of reasons. Some of them I can understand, but others, they're just moving to a new place that doesn't allow dogs. Other people are moving and just leaving their dogs behind. And because the shelters are so overpacked, they're being forced to euthanize so many good, kind, loving dogs that have no idea that it's their last day. And the pup thinks they're going out for a walk or to be adopted, and curtains. So, I got to get that out there, that if you have it in your heart to get a dog, it'd be a good time to do it. Said the volunteers were doing our best every single day to try to make the new arrivals feel comfortable. And it's heartbreaking for us just to see day after day of dogs being euthanized.
Oh, gosh, Kevin,
Yeah.
this is not what I want to hear on a Thursday, dog.
I don't know that there's ever a good time for this story.
I know.
It's never a good, happy, fun thing. But, look, if anybody's out there and you've been thinking, man, it's a good time. And, Yasik said, yeah, rent increase, people got to move. Gosh, it's so unfortunate what the hell's going on, man. But that's one thing that maybe you weren't aware of, that inflation's affecting freaking dogs, man, and so.
Oh,
you
dude,
know.
dogs, like sad dog shit makes me so. It
Yeah.
really can make me very
Hate it.
sad.
And it really makes such a difference that you adopt, not shop. Please adopt a dog that is walking the green mile.
Yeah.
He'll appreciate it.
Absolutely.
You're doing such a good thing, and you can just feel so good about yourself and what you did for adopting a dog that was going to be euthanized.
We went to a big dog ranch to get Freya, Denny's and Jen's dog, and they run a great operation there. I'm not just saying that to say it. They have a ton of options, and they know what they care.
They get such great dogs. I mean, my son Colin, he's got a shelter dog that he went and rescued. I mean, he loves that dog. He trained it to and now it paddleboards with him.
Aww.
I watched the video of Steve-O. I had never seen it before. It was Wendy, the one that I was petting.
Yeah.
I saw how he met it. I had tears in my eyes.
Yeah, just
because
on
it was
the
a
street,
street
right?
dog.
Street dog, yeah.
Yeah, and then the dog would not leave his side. It was a good
They're
video.
inseparable. He's always brought that dog in studio.
Yeah, and the last time he was here, I was petting him. Like, hey, thanks for molesting my dog.
Yeah.
You're getting a little too handsy.
I was all over that dog.
Yeah. So anyway, she just wanted to say shout out to the paid and non-paid people who are carrying the burden of just trying to be there and comforting the pets dumped at the shelters. Also, a tribute and a shout out to Bob Barker, who always encouraged people to spay and neuter their pets. And,
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I've become such a huge Bob Barker fan after he passed away. I love the clip of him talking about he just is chilling, drinking tequila, and sitting and just watching shit.
Good for you.
I fucking
Just
love
loved it. Yeah, I'm so envious of his retirement. I think I'd do the same thing.
He said he was petting his dog, drinking tequila, and watching TV. I mean, that's heaven.
That is.
At 90, what was he, 99?
No, he's 99,
99.
just short of 100.
Yep.
Just
Same
short of
as my
100.
grandma.
She gonna get to 100. We're gonna
She's
get
gonna
triple.
make
We're getting triple digits out of grandma.
Okay. And shout out to Darlene, longtime listener. I moved from West Palm to D.C., still listen every day. Taking my first trip to Europe and going on my first cruise. I'm so excited for the time change. That means I get to listen to KVJ and have a little piece of home. So thanks for being you. Well, enjoy your trip, Darlene.
Yeah, send us pictures.
And thanks for still listening to us in D.C. Yeah, you can't take us absolutely anywhere on planet Earth, so appreciate all that. Y'all are the best, man. Thanks for being here. We'll see you back tomorrow. Goodbye.